Greetings fellow tank commanders. In this video I'm going to be showing you a game that I played in the Bear KV-122, and I will also be giving my first impression of this tank. This is a tier 7 Soviet premium heavy tank with regular matchmaking. The game I'm playing is an encounter battle on Con with tier 7 as the top tier and 1 artillery on each team. For this game my tank is equipped with a gun rammer, enhanced gun laying drive, and improved ventilation. And I'm using a Soviet crew which has 17 crew skills and perks. I chose to go more towards the center of the map, rather than pushing up along the left side where most teams usually go, because for a tank that doesn't have a lot of gun depression or turret armor, it's nice to have a little more room to maneuver, and get a few more side shot opportunities, since a lot of the time your gun can't aim down far enough to hit the weak spots. I get lucky right off the start here since the enemies pushed a little too far forward and gave me easy shot opportunities on their sides. Now the Bear KV-122 is very similar to the premium IS-2, which is another tier 7 Soviet heavy tank with a 122mm cannon. It's got some great damage potential but quite an awkward gun to use. I've actually 3-marked my premium IS-2 and I often think of it more as a medium tank than a heavy tank. And the Bear goes for a little more emphasis on that medium tank style by having the less armor and increased mobility. It's not going to make a huge difference, especially since it doesn't have any real increased gun performance on the move, but it definitely helps when you're supporting an assault move. This tank style is all about working around its gun, a nice 390 alpha damage with some acceptable penetration, but you should definitely consider having a good stock of premium ammunition so that you can be more reliable against those tough tier 8s and 9s, especially since you have an accuracy of 0.46 and an aim time of 3.2, which doesn't give you a great chance to target a lot of weak spots. I'm currently running food on most of my Soviet tanks with awkward guns. This does increase the reliability a little bit, but it's still going to be a very unwieldy gun, so it's just a matter of preference whether you want that little bit of extra reliability or not. With that in mind, keep an eye on the tactical situation, so when the opportunities to get along those tougher tank sides and rears present themselves, you're ready to get in there and unleash your damage potential. With a horsepower to weight ratio of 15.05 and a top speed of 42 km per hour, the Bear is quite mobile and capable of performing some flanking maneuvers. The hull armor is quite thin, being only 75mm in the front and 60 on the side. It's not that much of a change from the IS-2 game style, which in my experience doesn't bounce a lot of shots in most situations, but you can still get lucky bounces, and if the terrain's in your favor, you can really angle your hull armor and get some of those auto bounce angles. Now the Bear KV-122 has quite a bit of spaced armor on it. Since this tank's armor is pretty soft all the way around, that spaced armor is going to help prevent those big guns with HE shells from being able to get full penetrations. So overall, be patient with the gun and look for those ideal circumstances to unleash your damage potential. Don't expect too much from the tank's armor unless you're really working at it, and make sure to use those medium tank-like qualities to get your tank in a good position and move with your team when they start getting aggressive. In terms of leading the assault yourself, rely more on your hit points. As far as earnings go, this tank has a 50% silver earning bonus and a 20% XP earning bonus, which makes the XP earnings average for a premium tank, and the silver earning is a little above average, which will allow you to run a few of those premium consumables if you want to play this tank a little more competitively, and still make some good profits. I felt my team had done a pretty good job on my side of the map, but we did take a lot of damage and we lost the other flank, which gave the enemy a little bit of an advantage, but it's still a close game here, so I got pretty aggressive to try and tie up the game, and was a little too careless giving up my hit points here. That's a 3-kill Reaper streak right there. Wow, I cannot believe that shot hit. That is some outrageous RNG luck right there. My team's been doing a great job here to keep us in the game, and have now actually taken the advantage. I have absolutely no hit points to spare here, so going after the T-34-88 like this was just entirely greed to try and get that top gun. Thankfully, my quick auto-lock shot connects and I don't look like a fool. Now all that's left is to hunt down the remaining enemy artillery. I felt bad for bumping into my teammate here and made sure to send a sorry message. I knew the artillery was spotted, but I didn't realize he was in the open like that. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how I did. For this game, I earned 116,000 silver with a 25% multiplier, and 6,586 experience with the 2x daily bonus, and 250 from an op. In this game, I dealt 3,883 damage, assisted with 111 damage, and destroyed 6 enemies while blocking 490 damage. This earned me High Caliber, a Mastery Badge Ace Tanker, Top Gun, and a Reaper Medal. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 1,920. I managed to hit 14 of my 17 shots and penetrate 13 of those. In terms of crew and module damage, I injured the radio operator in the T-34-88, injured the commander in the ARL V-39, and destroyed the ammo rack in the T-34-85M. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing that game with the Bear KV-122, and that my first impression will help you decide whether this tank is a good addition to your garage or not. Now, although this was a top tier game, I don't change my game style too much when I'm bottom tier with tanks like this. Just a little more cautious and passive, but overall my strategies remain the same. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check out some of my games with the IS-2, which will give you some other looks at how I play this style of tank. Stay tuned for more awesome World of Tanks videos.